digging the thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking, it's how to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm a champion. I'm a team. If you talking, it's how to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm a champion.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to a Thursday edition of the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yokley, Anthony Hartwig with you.
2 more days of February, DJ. That's it.
The greatest month of all time. And then she goes for another 11 months. We enter March Madness, and it's already shaping up. It's already shaping up. Anthony, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I woke up this morning and there was some bad news on the doorstep. Couldn't take one more step, as they say. Gene Hackman, one of the legends.
Oh, legends
of Hollywood, Hoosiers, Replacements, so many other great films. Superman, by the way, one of my favorites of all time. Passing away with his wife and his dog. And there's a lot of people, and we're not investigators, but there's a lot of people saying it's carbon monoxide, and that's a super dangerous thing. But it made me start really thinking about something we talk about a lot off the screen, off the stream, all that stuff. Greatest movies in sports of all time.
Yeah, and Gene Hackman is on that list. I mean, Hoosiers is a classic. I mean, if you haven't seen Hoosiers as a sports fan, I think you're doing it wrong. It's not my favorite basketball movie of all time, but it's up there. It's definitely up there.
I like it. I'm not sure, like, if I had 24 hours to live and I had to watch it all, like somebody's like, hey, listen, you have to watch 24 hours worth of movies and they have to be your favorite. Like, probably wouldn't be in there.
Right.
We love you. We miss you, Gene.
My favorite Gene Hackman movie is actually one that he does with Will Smith called Enemy of the State, which is just a really good movie.
I thought you were going to say Independence Day. I was racking my brain. I'm like,
Enemy of the State is kind of one of those under the radar Will Smith movies. Maybe didn't, become a blockbuster hit like Independence Day or Men in Black, but he gets caught up in this like big political conspiracy. John Voight's also in it. Jack Black's in it. Actually, is one of the only movies that he's actually like a serious role, not super silly all the time. It's a really good film. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend it.
I'll have to check it out. I just did a quick search for 50 greatest sports movies of all time, and I'm really interested to see where they put Hoosiers on this list as to where I would put it. Any guesses?
Hoosiers is usually hyped up, so I'm gonna say it's at least in the top 10.
Okay, well, oh man! All right, here's what we're doing, Ant, for the next 20 minutes until the Anthony Cavetta interview. Here are your top 50 according to Vulture, which I've never heard of before, but we're going to go with them. SEO counts, right? So number 50, Without Limits. Never seen
Without Limits. Nope, not ringing a bell.
Donald Sutherland.
That's a good actor. That's the President Snow in the Hunger Games.
Oh, he's bad, man.
Yeah.
Personal Best, 1982.
Before my time.
Me too, believe it or not. Bang the Drum Slowly, 1973. Looks like a baseball movie, I'm guessing. Goon, 2012. Yeah,
Goon,
that was Stifler.
That's a hockey movie, right?
I've seen that one, yep. Sean William Scott, a.k.a. Stifler. Senna, 2011. Interesting. So far, we're off to a hot start here. King Richard. Okay. All right. I've seen this one. Love this one. This was about Venus and Serena
Okay, yeah,
and,
yes,
and,
yes.
and Richard Williams, their dad.
Also with Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith, hot hand. I, Tonya, haven't seen
That's
it.
with Tanya Harding, right?
Well,
And
no,
that whole
it's about
debacle.
Tonya Harding.
Yeah, it's about Tanya Harding with Margot Robbie playing her.
Yes. I will now see this because I was alerted that Margot Robbie is in it. So we
Locked in.
get the house. He's about real educated on sports. The Longest Yard comes in at 43.
Okay. Now the important thing is it the old one or the remake with Adam Sandler? It's probably the older one.
Great
The
call.
OG.
The 1974 with
Mm.
Burt Reynolds.
Yep.
The Boxer comes in at 42, 1997. Can't say that I've ever seen that. There's only one or two or a series of boxing movies that I pay attention to. White Men Can't Jump, 1992.
They tried to remake that and it was just such a disaster.
Here's where this list
Keep the
is like
OG.
like milk on a July afternoon. Major League comes in at number 40.
See, this is probably a movie critics list, and that's an entertaining movie that usually isn't too popular with the critics. One of those ones.
Oh, it gets worse, Ant. Dodgeball is at
Another one.
39.
That's a comedy that usually doesn't do too well with critics.
These are a bunch of quacks at
I know.
Vulture putting these together.
Dive, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
How dare they put Talladega Nights at 38?
Another. It's just they're lumping all those comedy kind of silly movies right together.
37. You ready?
Yep.
Rudy.
Oh,
Nope.
he's offsides. He's offsides.
Not my America.
Doesn't count.
Not
He's
my
offsides.
America, Vulture. Not in my country. You don't disrespect Rudy, Will Ferrell, and who was the other? Oh, Major League.
Did
Charlie
you see?
Sheen.
Joe Montana came out a couple years ago, and he's like, that Rudy movie was like way out of proportion, not factually true at all. We never carried him on our shoulders.
Funny thing about that, I don't remember asking Joe Montana. How do you feel about that, Joe? Not so cool
good,
now,
Joe.
are you? Nobody asked you to dash the dreams of all the little people out there that have big dreams. They
One
can't
more time.
say die, kids.
Rudy was offsides, so
Yeah, okay, and nobody cares. He still sacked him like a sack of subs. I'm going to throw up in my mouth a little bit. 36 is Bend It Like Beckham. Are you kidding me? Rudy, Talladega Nights, and Dodgeball and Major League take a backseat to Bend It Like Beckham.
And I love how you threw in a quote from Dodgeball in there too. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Karate Kid comes in at 35.
Karate Kid, that's legit. The OG Karate Kid, not the one with Jackie Chan and Will Smith's son, but the OG one with Mr. Miyagi. Thumbs up.
8 Men Out. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I saw
Yep.
it
Thumbs up.
once or twice. Good flick. The Fighter.
The Fighter. That one not ringing a bell.
Mark Wahlberg. I've probably seen it.
Probably a
Yes!
boxing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Boston. From Boston.
From
The
Boston.
Fighter. I want to say Christian Bale's in there too, isn't he? Yes. Yes, he is. Won an
Good
Oscar
call.
for it. Happy Gilmore
Okay.
at 32.
That's legitimate.
That's a steep. Dude, this is not my America, buddy. Color of
Mr.
Money.
Mr. Lady. We just
Never seen it. That Color of Money is in at 31. It's filmed from 1986. Creed? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got real excited there for a minute.
Revamped the Rocky series.
Yep, I in my head I was thinking the Scott Stapp Creed, and I was like, why is this in here?
Why is the band Creed in here?
He's been in a few fights. I didn't know if they made it that boxing, but no, Creed is a good series, good
Creed's
movie
good.
series. Gianna Pompili out there. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
29, The Iron Claw.
Iron Claw.
Oh, that's the Von Erich film. Iron Claw. It's 2023, so that was
Okay, so it just came
Zac
out.
Efron.
Oh, good.
Okay, here's an oldie. The Bad News Bears coming in at
Okay,
28.
yep. This is one that I enjoyed the remake too with Billy Bob Thornton. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, very. I mean, in those kind of movies can always be
Right, like
reformed, right? You can just change some of the jokes, make them, modern, I guess.
mhm.
Challengers. Excuse
Is
me.
that the new one with Woody Harrelson? No, that's Champion. Sorry, Challengers. I
Oh,
don't know.
Champions is good.
It was funny. I watched it a couple of weeks ago.
Challengers is. Never heard of it. Must be good though if it's 27 over all those great movies.
All those great ones.
Cinema Gold. 2009, the release of Sugar. And number 26. Dude, these guys stink at lists. I'm telling you. I probably should have vetted this out. 25 is Rush.
Rush is a good movie.
That was a racing movie.
Ron Howard directed it.
Oh, look at you. Were those in your days of you were going to direct movies?
That was a little bit after. I was in college when that came out, but
they had
still
Thor in it.
Yeah, Thor was in it.
Chris
and,
Hemsworth. All right, 24 is Tin Cup from the 1996 classic. Kevin Costner in the golf movie. Very good movie. Basically, Bull Durham on the golf course, as I like to. Oh, how dare Anthony? You're gonna have to hold me back, dude.
Okay, whoa.
23,
right?
Caddyshack.
At
23.
That hurts. But these comedies are not getting respect.
Because it's a bunch of blowhards at Vulture, apparently.
I want you to go kill all the gold.
Hoosiers at 22.
Wow, that's way low.
See?
Than I thought.
Oh, now they're egregious. Now these guys are out of their minds with Hoosiers at 22, but when Major League's at 40, oh no. When Ricky Bobby's at 39, just not a fan of comedy, I see. Hoosiers at 22, these guys need to be deported.
Right. Get back to Canada. Is this a Canadian website?
This might be a Canadian list. Loving basketball over Hoosiers?
Love and Basketball. Okay. I'll check in my man card a little bit. It's a really good movie. I enjoyed it. Omar Epps played a really good role in it.
That wasn't Omar Epps. That was Mike Tomlin.
Oh. It's Omar Epps. Better known for House, but good.
And
Love and Basketball movie.
17 years of non-losing seasons at the helm of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Moneyball comes in at number 20.
Moneyball is good. I liked
is
Moneyball.
Good. Not better than Ricky Bobby or Dodgeball. The Damned United. This might be an overseas thing because all the and here's the other thing. In other countries, they don't have the same humor as us or the same palette in movies, obviously.
If you don't buy that, just go watch the UK version of The Office and realize how different it is. And,
or realize that Bend It Like Beckham stinks on no matter what country you live in, and it shouldn't be on a top 50 list anything, unless it's top 50 worst movies of all time. Okay, we get a little credibility back at 18 with Miracle.
Miracles, yep. Kurt Russell.
Chariots of Fire comes in at set. Like, not better than Herb Brooks. He Got Game.
He Got Game.
I can hear the music. Denzel Washington, right? Yeah, Denzel Washington. I got game. He got game. She got game. They got game. We got game. Yeah. This one seems like a winner. Murderball at number 15.
That is the documentary about wheelchair rugby. It's really good. I think. If it's it's a documentary about wheelchair rugby.
Okay.
Stamp of approval.
When We Were Kings.
That one missed me.
Muhammad Ali. It was in 1996.
Well, the greatest Muhammad Ali movie is actually the one that's called Ali. with Will Smith as Muhammad.
We're gonna have a problem here, buddy. These are fighting words now. Number 13, Field of Dreams. Followed by number 13,
Number
Breaking
12.
Away, whatever the hell that is.
It's not better than
1970, doesn't matter. $1 Million Baby at 11 over
that's a
Field
good
of
one.
Dreams.
$1 Million Baby. It's obviously a critics list because that one was critically acclaimed, won Oscars, with Hilary Swank in it, and Clint Eastwood.
Wonderful. They have wonderful pans and zooms.
Well, we're talking to someone that likes the Star Wars sequels, so.
Easy. Okay. Slapshot over.
Slapshot? No,
Dude,
that's not,
Slapshot.
that's not a good hockey movie.
Come on.
I said that's not a good hockey movie.
I know, but I Slapshot at 10, Field of Dreams at 14. What are we doing here? A league of their own. Oh,
Now we're getting inclusivity in here. Wait a minute.
I think we're trying to figure out whose list this is.
8. Give me 8.
Ali.
Okay. Called it. That Will Smith. That's a better Ali movie than whatever the other one was.
Everyone that knows DJ Yoakley knows that he loves professional wrestling. And I was a big fan of this movie. It has no business in the top 10. The Wrestler.
The Wrestler.
With Mickey Rourke. No business. I'm starting to think I know what number 1 is. Number 6, Pride of the Yankees from 1942.
I bet The Natural's going to be in here.
Well, it had to be a damn good movie if it withheld the time of 1942 to now. Foxcatcher? Oh, man. That's a wrestling movie. Steve Carell, ironically, you were talking about The Office, is the lead character. It was okay. Very dark.
Not top 10.
Very dark. Bull Durham, previously mentioned. It gets number 4. But what was Tin Cup? Like 20-something?
20-something.
It's the same movie. Oh, these sons of baskets.
All right.
Oh, my gosh.
3.
Take a wild guess. What should be number 1 in any sports fan's collection?
Number 1.
This is my number 1.
So they got number 1 right for you.
No.
Oh, so you mean their number 3 is your number 1?
Oh my goodness, Anthony. No, they got them all wrong. No. Number 3 on their suggestive list. Rocky. You don't seem too upset about that. Let me piss you off real quick.
Rocky wasn't my favorite. I like Rocky 3.
Do you like Rocky 5?
Yeah,
Are you that guy?
Huh?
Are you Rocky 5 guy when they fight outside?
No,
not
Rocky
real
3 is my favorite. When
Rocky
Apollo comes
3?
back and trains him, and they end with that freeze frame with Eye of the Tiger playing in the credits.
I gotta tell you, 4.
He's fighting Mr. T.
If it's not 1, it's 4. And Rocky Balboa for me. Like I did like Rocky Balboa. I thought it was great. Back to the conversation. We only have 2 left. Number 2 is Raging Bull. That's what this list should be called.
Oh, I can't wait for number 1.
Anthony, I seriously don't. I've never seen this movie. At number 1, I have no aspirations to see this movie. None of my friends have ever seen this movie. My wife has never seen this movie. My children will never see this movie. It's called Hoop Dreams.
Oh, no. It's a documentary. I've seen it. Follows kids in the inner city that, want to play basketball in high school. It's like a documentary that follows them throughout like 4 years of their high school career.
Is it better than Rocky?
It's not, I don't even compare it because it's a documentary. It's not even a story film. It's just, I don't know.
Is it better
It shouldn't be
than
number 1.
Talladega Nights?
Well, yeah, I do think so, but I'm not a huge fan
How
of Will
dare
Ferrell.
you? How dare you?
I've never
know
found
what?
Will Ferrell too funny to me.
he doesn't think you're that funny either. He
It's
told
okay.
me. We're missing some movies on this list,
Oh yeah,
namely The Mighty Ducks.
some of my favorite movies are sports movies are not on that list. Like, Bagger Vance is I think the best golf movie. And if it's not Bagger Vance, it's the greatest game ever played when you're talking about golf with Shia LaBeouf.
You've never seen Tin Cup, though.
Never seen Tin Cup. You're right. But to my knowledge, it's going to be hard to beat Bagger Vance in and greatest game ever played. My favorite football movie is When the Game Stands Tall with Jim Caviezel. And it tells a story about the De La Salle High School that won 151 straight games and then lost the streak and then had to go and try to bounce back from that. So that was a good movie. My favorite basketball movie is Glory Road. The story of the Texas Western upset over Kentucky in the national championship. First team to play 5 African-American players in a
I've seen that
NCAA
one. That's a
basketball
good
game.
movie. Hey,
Favorite
we got
boxing
any-
movie is Cinderella Man, which isn't even on that list, which is sad. With Russell Crowe.
Sorry about that.
Baseball. I'm always going to be an Angels in the Outfield guy.
Angels in the Outfield, obviously, Rookie of the Year. I mean, let's go. Well, what are we doing here?
Then
Let's
I'm
not
surprised
forget-
The Natural isn't on that list because that's like all the critics
Natural?
love The Natural with Robert Redford.
Hey,
so
Remember the Titans? Ever
remember
heard
the
of it?
Titans?
They remembered Raging Bull. They didn't
Cool
remember the
Runnings.
Titans.
Cool
Oh,
Runnings is an
wow.
OG.
Listen, that's a Canadian propaganda piece they put in
Jamaican.
my SEO.
Jamaican.
What?
Jamaican bobsled team.
I'm not talking about the Cool Runnings movie. I'm talking about the list of 50
Oh, okay. Sorry.
terrible. I know they're Jamaican, Ant. I'm
I was
not
like,
I'm not gonna mix them up with a bunch of Canadians. Sorry. Goodness gracious.
That's on me.
Thanks for the heads up, though.
Just in case you were wondering.
Here, I'm gonna write that one down. Cool Runnings is a documentary about an overweight coach and a bunch of Canadian bobsledders. Yikes. Derailed. This all started, not that cough. This all started because
Gene Hackman passed away.
Gene Hackman. Man, Hoosiers at, what was it, 20?
22, I think.
Gene's looking down, scowling.
Man.
With a fedora. Had to have a fedora on.
No
That's how
respects.
I remember Gene Hackman, with a fedora. The Replacements, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Any Given Sunday? Good
That was on
football
that
flick
list,
with
right?
Al
Oh,
Pacino.
no. You're right. I was thinking of the other one. Yeah, you're right. Any Given Sunday. That was on that. Who said that? Was that Steve? I think Steve might have said that. Any Given Sunday. Do we have somebody say Any Given Sunday? No, maybe not. Yeah, it was. It was Rob Johnson.
Not a big fan of We Are Marshall.
What?
I think Matthew McConaughey overacted in that movie. Not a big fan of Matthew McConaughey either. Aren't too many good movies that he's in that I like, that I enjoy.
What?
Sorry. I know. Interstellar was good. I'll give him that. And he was good in that movie with Samuel L. Jackson, Time to Kill. But there aren't too many Matthew McConaughey movies that I like. But I love Matthew McConaughey, our announcer from Struthers.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street's a good movie.
Matthew McConaughey was in that.
He's
by
in
the
it,
way.
but he's not the lead. It doesn't count.
Mhm.
That's a Leonardo DiCaprio run film. All right.
All right. Let's go to most underrated film, sports film, according to Anthony Hartwig, or
Most-
top 3.
Most underrated sports film.
Mhm.
There is a comedy in the 1980s. I don't know exactly what year it was made, but I remember watching it as a kid that I don't hear talked about a lot. It was on Peyton Manning's show, actually, with Kurt Russell and Robin Williams. Time of Our Lives is a really good movie about, Robin Williams plays a wide receiver that dropped the ball in high school, and he wants to try to, redeem himself in this like pickup game with his high school team and the high school team that they lost to.
So it's like Grown Ups, but from a long time ago?
Yeah. It's Grown Ups if the whole movie was based on that basketball game instead of just that being a small part of it.
Okay.
I really like, oh geez, let me rack my brain. Underrated.
How about Varsity Blues here? They got some love. You probably were not a fan of Varsity Blues. That was
Radio is one of my favorite sports movies.
Really?
That hits close to home, of course. And then
how about The Blind Side?
The Blind Side's good until all that stuff came out. I don't know about it now.
Oh gosh.
It's a good movie.
Hey, Mighty Ducks wasn't real either.
Mickey Mouse isn't real. We all love him.
You just sat there, and don't you ever say that on a kid's show, Anthony. Bella Grace Yoakley is watching right now, and she's questioning her 3 years on this earth right now, thanks to you.
You know what? There is a Disney Channel original movie with Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle called Miracle on Lane 3. It's about soapbox. He's a kid with a disability.
Okay.
Can't do a lot of other things, but they put him in a soapbox car, and he ends up being really good at that. So that's another underrated one that I really enjoy. I think some of those Disney originals go under the radar that are actually really good.
I just think nobody sees them.
Yep.
I mean, that's
unless you grew up at that time when they were coming out, which I did. So I was in the 90s, and as a kid growing up, that like the 90s is when all those Disney Channel original movies came out. So
the question becomes, or is, what is your top 10 list of sports movies of all time? We want to know from you. Put them on the link down at the bottom, whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter. Repost this and give us your top 10 list. We'd love to hear from you. And we'd love to debate with you, because listen, nobody's going to have the same top 10 list. There's no way, because these movies just hit different. Although if you are Vulture and absolutely not an American publication or website, you're going to get debated a lot more, because you're just wrong. Like, that was just a bad list. Bad poll. Should have done a little bit of research prior to pulling that list up. It stunk. It was bad. It was bad.
But that made it funnier to look. It's good for content.
Dude.
I bet people were real entertained by it.
I wasn't even here to see my face, because I was reading that stupid list. Just to recap, we're just gonna go. We're gonna go 40, because that's when it got real interesting, and you can tell the scrolling that I'm having to do right now. 40 Major League, 39 Dodgeball, 38 Talladega Nights, also known as Ricky Bobby. 37 Rudy, which also, Anthony, didn't affect your score, but according to you, it wasn't true either. And Joe Montana. 36 Bend It Like Beckham. 35 is Karate Kid. 34 is 8 Men Out. 33 The Fighter. 32 Happy Gilmore. 31 The Color of Money. 30 Creed. 29 The Iron Claw. 28 Bad News Bears. 27 Challengers. 26 Sugar. 25 Rush. 24 Tin Cup, which Anthony has not seen. 23 is Caddyshack. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All of it?
Oh yeah.
22 is Hoosiers, which got this thing started. 21 Love and Basketball. 20 Money Ball. Also, number 19, The Damned United. You said you didn't see that one, right?
No.
What was this one about? The Royal Family? Yeah, we're not seeing that one either. 18 is Miracle. 17 is Chariots of Fire. 16, He Got Game. 15 is Murder Ball, not to be confused with Moneyball. 14 is When We Were Kings. 13 is Field of Dreams. 14. Wait a second. There's two 13s on this list. 13 Field of Dreams, 13 Breaking Away. See?
Tied.
Then they tied it because then there's no 12. 11 is $1 Million Baby. 10 Slapshot. Good movie, not top 10. A League of Their Own is number 9. Again, good movie. Number 8. Pardon me. Ali. The Wrestler at number 7. Pride of the Yankees is number 6. Number 5 is Foxcatcher. Bull Durham number 4. Rocky number 3. Raging Bull number 2. And number 1 is Hoop Dreams. Congratulations on all your success on the Vulture list of top 50. We're super proud of you. And yeah, see? Yeah. We Are Marshall was awesome.
Sorry, not a fan of it.
Dazed and Confused with Matthew McConaughey as well?
No, that's where we were saying, all right. This is a stupid movie.
All right.
No, not a Matthew McConaughey movie that is in my library. Are very slim. Interstellar.
What a failure to launch.
No. Interstellar and Time to Kill with him and Samuel L. Jackson are the two that I'll watch a lot on replay. He plays a lawyer from the South in that movie. He's actually really
I've seen that movie. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie. It's really hard to watch, not because it's bad, but because it's.
Hey, Anthony, a little lightning bolt just came into my brain. You talked about Angels in the Outfield.
He's in it. You're right, but once again, not a lead character at all. He's in it.
Sack of subs. No, you put some respect on his name.
He's got like 3 lines. How did I do that? I think it was the only thing he ever said in the movie.
He makes the greatest catch in the history
helped.
of Major League Baseball.
The Angel
and you're
made
try
that
and take
catch.
that away from him.
Angel made that catch.
Nobody else saw it, man. Nobody else saw it.
I can't remember the actor's name, but
Third Rock from the Sun kid.
Yeah, the kid that ends up going into the Dark Knight Rises, and they set up to be Robin, but then never really, made another movie.
That's not his fault. Okay?
I know.
And don't blame that on Matthew McConaughey either, because he made, again, one of the greatest catches in the history of cinema.
I just snorted. Oh, jeez.
You did snort. Let's get to it's going to be a little interesting. This is a late addition to the show today. The interview with Anthony Cavetta from Jefferson. As you're playing this, I'm going to launch it on our socials and let people know that we have an interview with him today, because that's how we're rolling today. Anthony, you want to set up your interview at all?
Yeah, this is an interview that Ty Bartell actually got from Jefferson, the all-time leading scorer for the Falcons. He has over 1,500 points. Now he's probably over 1,600, honestly, with the performance that he had in the district semifinal, the step back 3 at the buzzer. I'm sure you all saw it on our social media pages, to send Jefferson into the district championship. One of the best players probably that Ashtabula County has ever seen on the basketball court. So great to catch up with him. Ty Bartell did a great job with this interview, and I know you'll enjoy it.
Let's roll it.
What's up, everybody? Ty Bartell with another edition of Player Profile. This time we head up to our friends in Ashtabula County in the Jefferson area, home of the Falcons. Anthony Cavetta joins me from their boys basketball team. Anthony, how we doing today, man?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad myself, and you guys aren't doing too bad over there in Falcon country. 17-4, you guys are on the season too. I know you guys had a little bit of a heartbreaker the other night, but sometimes that could be a good thing before tournament time. Talk to me about this season, though, so far, and how it's been throughout the regular season. 17 wins, not an easy feat to accomplish.
Yeah, this has been a great season. Our guys, we've been together for a long time, kind of since sophomore year, and then some of the guys that came with me from Lakeside our freshman year, we've been playing our whole lives together. So this is a close-knit group. And we kind of expected, nothing short of a great season. And, we were able to contribute. And, make that happen.
Talk to me about just your role with the team and how you were able to kind of find your footing with your role on this team too, and maximize that to your fullest capability.
Yeah, so I kind of been a scorer since like the jump from Jefferson, sophomore, junior, and senior year. But junior year was a big year for me, kind of just stepping in. Having Joey to George, so we were like a bigger 1-2 punch and able to score a lot of points. So then it was able to prepare me for my senior year. Having to take even a little bit more of a scoring role on, and my teammates were able to find me and get me open. So it's great.
Year by year, I feel like every athlete kind of has their own game plan on what they want to work on, what they want to improve on. What was that for you going from sophomore to junior to now senior year? What were the things you were looking to improve on each year, and what were you looking to improve on most specifically in this senior year?
Yeah, so like sophomore and junior year was kind of just all scoring. You kind of you're just kind of chasing points, all that, and obviously you want to win games. But senior year, it's all about winning. You just want to win. So I would say sitting down and just playing defense. I was like the thing that working. I was kind of working towards the most going into this season because I knew if I could do that, it would really benefit our team. Able to win games.
Would you say that your defense is the thing you've seen most improvement from freshman year to now or would you say it's something else?
I would say for sure. Yeah, I would say there's a different presence on the defensive end that I didn't bring sophomore or junior year.
What did it take for you to start bringing that kind of presence defensively too? What kind of, was it a mindset? Was it working? Was it certain training? How'd you bring that to the table?
So, always the work brings it to light, but I would say more often than not, it was the weight room and just the mindset thing. Like just knowing that you're going to come down and sit down and play defense. I think you'll make yourself, be able to go out and do it.
How has it been for your senior year? Now you've gone through the regular season. We're going into tournament time. I mean, the last regular season's over. Is the feeling setting in for you? Have they been setting in? You've been trying to push it back. How have you been reacting to all of it?
It's bittersweet every game. Like just kind of stepping into it. This is your last time playing this team. This is your last time, playing an Ashtabula County team, whatever. But yeah, it's definitely. It's been a great season, like I said. So, we're happy with the results. And going into tournament play, we're definitely happy with the way we're playing.
You talked about what you had to do on the court going into each one of your years. But I was curious, though, as a leader, you step in more as a leader junior year. And, of course, you're full-fledged in the leadership role your senior year, too. How was that, like, stepping into that role for you? Was it comfortable for you at first? Were you feeling fish out of water?
No, I was kind of comfortable with it because, stepping in as a junior – I felt like I was able to, be a good role model to some of the guys on our team. But just being a senior kind of, exploded even more. I love the underclassmen on our team. They're great guys. They're great basketball players. And so it's great to be able to, take that leadership role and step into those guys' lives as well.
When you were an underclassman, what was the biggest thing you learned from the senior classes that were above you?
Just be comfortable and rely on the work. The work that you put in is how you'll gain confidence on the floor and, play your game.
I know Jefferson always known for really good basketball too. You guys have had some great seasons, especially in recent history too. Speaking to just some of the younger guys too, speaking to the middle school kids, speaking to elementary school kids too, that see the success, that see your success and want to emulate that one day. What's some advice you'd give them to maybe one day see themselves in your shoes?
Just put your head down and grind. Like it's a marathon, not a sprint. You have to really work on your game. It's not going to be an overnight process. Just put your head down and grind, and the work will show.
As we rewind this back to your first chapter in basketball, when's the first time you remember having a ball in your hands? What's some of your earliest memories in the sport?
I think the earliest memories are about like 6, 7 in the driveway. Playing pig with my dad, playing horse with my dad, whatever.
What was it about basketball that kind of kept you in it through all the years? Was 6, 7 when the first time you started playing organized, or how did that journey start?
So yeah, organized basketball was kind of like 4th grade, so probably 10, 11. But just what kept me kind of sticking with it and sticking through is just the competitive aspect of it. I love everything about it. Like just the fact that you can come out with your group of 4 other guys and just compete, just come out able to try to win games. It's a great feeling.
Did you see was it more shocking going from elementary school ball to middle school ball or middle school to high school ball?
Definitely middle school to high school. The speed and the strength is definitely not a joke. It's definitely a big difference from middle school. But I will say, like, when you put in the work, I think it makes it easier to transition from any level to the next level.
When you talk about your basketball journey, what are some of your favorite memories that have stood out to you?
I would say one of my favorite memories is probably like the Sandusky trip we went on this summer. We were able to get like a house to ourselves, and just it was a lot of team bonding. We were able to play great in the tournament, so it was a great exposure and just a great time with the team for sure.
I love those team bonding retreats too, and
Yeah.
that chemistry is obviously needed on the floor too. How close knit is this group of Jefferson boys?
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, I mean, we've been playing literally our whole lives together. This is the closest group I've ever played on. It's a great team to play for, and just like I said, when you're going to war every night with guys that you've been around and known for 6, 7 years, it's just a different feeling.
When you talk about that kind of chemistry too, is it something where like you just know where your guys are going to be on the floor any given time with that much playing time together?
Yeah, I feel like we just know kind of all of our guys' spots and all of like the shots that we want, how we score. So I think it's easy to get all of our spots, get all of our guys in our spots, and just able to score the ball.
I know with Ashtabula County schools starting to play each other more frequently with that new conference now, I mean, the crowds have been insane at
Yeah.
these games too. What's it been like to playing in front of great crowds too that are loud and rowdy?
Yeah, it's great. Those are like stuff we live for too as a team. We love those type of environments. So we were able to kind of thrive in a lot of those environments this year. With the new CVC conference, I think it's great. I think being able to come in on a Tuesday night and play in a packed gym and a crosstown rival, I think it's a great feeling.
What makes Jefferson special to you as a school system?
I mean, what just makes Jefferson special is the fact that I was able to transfer as a freshman from another Ashtabula County school, and they stepped in, or when I stepped in, they were open arms. Coach Rosano welcomed me, straight to the offense. Had a big role as a sophomore, junior, and senior. So I mean, that's something I'm grateful for that he was able to let me in do that.
We talked a lot about your on-court stuff. Curious about you as a person. What do you think some of the biggest things you've changed from freshman year to now in as a person?
Just kind of like the maturity thing. I mean, like when you're a sophomore, even like maybe beginning of junior year, kind of just childish in the locker room playing around. Like as a senior, you're kind of just it's a business trip every night.
How is that? How was it fostering that mentality for you over the years? Did that just happen overnight? Did you find yourself gradually getting into that mentality? How'd that happen?
Yeah, I kind of felt myself gradually getting into it towards the end of last year as things were getting more serious going into playoff time. But it still definitely gets tough when you have like some of your younger guys messing with you in the locker room, to stay a little bit serious.
We talk about playoff time, of course, this upcoming Friday, just a couple of days away. You guys are going to be hosting Niles McKinley Red Dragons, a great team, a team you guys are somewhat familiar with, former conference foe.
Yeah.
Talk to me about just hosting a playoff game, the excitement of that too, and what it's going to mean to you to have that one playoff game at home, that one more home game.
Yeah, Yeah, it's perfect. We were blessed to get 2 home playoff games last year, so we kind of know the feeling. It's great. The crowd comes out. We have a great student section for our playoff games. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's great to get another home playoff game, get another home game as a senior in general for all of our seniors. So I think it should be great.
What's your personal mentality going into tournament time now as a senior, knowing any game could be your last?
Yeah, just being confident as a team, being aggressive as a team, and most importantly, our defense. Our defense has been off to a great end of this year. Past 4 or 5 games, we've been playing really well defensively. So that's the mentality I kind of want to bring into the playoffs for sure.
We talked about some of the things, future games too, and I don't want to get too far ahead of things too, because I want you to be focused on the next one. But when we do talk about you finally throwing that cap in the air, you're graduated, all said and done. What's the plans for Anthony Cavetto after high school?
Definitely go to college, play at the next level. We're not sure on where or whatever, but yeah, definitely playing at the next level for sure next year.
What are some things you look for in a college and in a team?
The first thing I look for in a college is just like the academic part, a strong business or whatever program looking to go into, and then also a coaching staff that really wants to develop their guys and wants to win. I really want to come in and win at a program, and so that'd be great.
You talked about the academic side of things, and I love to hear that, of course, too. Talk to me about just balancing the academic life with the athletic life, too, as a student athlete in high school, too, how you're able to manage your time in that.
Yeah, that's a tougher thing, too, as well. But yeah, I'm kind of blessed with my schedule, being able to take some college credit courses, right by my house. So that's kind of takes a little bit of the workload off. So I only end up having 4 classes, opposed to like the regular 8. So yeah, so it kind of makes it a little bit easier for me going into my senior year. So yeah.
When you talk about some of your favorite teachers that you've had throughout your high school tenure, what are some that come to mind?
Yeah, of course, Mr. Barney. Mr. Barney is my accounting teacher this year. This is my first year having him, but he's like been in the school with me for since I was a sophomore and been messing with me since sophomore. So that's my guy, and that's probably the first name that comes to mind.
What do you think makes a good teacher and or a good coach, since they're so similar and have parallels?
Yeah, what makes a good coach and a great teacher to me is just helping the kids and wanting the best from them. Truly, not just while they're in the classroom or on the court, but outside of that.
When you talk about basketball as an impact on your life too, what are some of the biggest life lessons the sport has taught you? Because there's so many parallels in that as well.
Yeah, just to kind of bounce back. Like last night we had a kind of bad loss to Spar. We ended up losing by 2. Should have been a game that we probably should have finished. So just being able to bounce back because we have another one today, our last home game against Wycliffe. So we got to come out and kind of put that loss behind us, even though it hurts. You got to come out and just be able to bounce back tomorrow.
Before we talk, we talked about that playoff game too. So what are you guys looking to do, gearing up for that playoff game? You get this little, I guess, test and this game to kind of sharpen your teeth before that playoff game on Friday.
Yeah, I think it's great because I think going into a playoff run with a loss probably wouldn't be like the best thing for us, but I think it could turn out to be an advantage for us if we come out play well tonight, get a win, and then go into a playoff game Friday.
So anything to make a team more hungry too. It makes them a little bit more dangerous, I say. Before I let you go, Anthony, I want to give you the chance to spotlight people. I want to give the spotlight to you. Spotlight some people that have been there for you along the way with this journey, that have been there cheering you on, and you couldn't do it without.
Yeah, first, I want to say my family, my mom, dad, my sister. They're with me and through everything. I want to say, my athletic director, Greg Johola, and the coaching staff and my teammates as well.
Anthony, we're so excited for this Jefferson Falcons run too. Good luck in your game against Wycliffe tonight too, and good luck against Niles on Friday, an all YSN matchup, and we're excited for that one, no doubt. I'm pretty sure we're going to have it on the network thanks in part to ACRNC. So, Anthony, congratulations on a great season. Congratulations on a great senior year. Best of luck in the future, and we'll be talking to you again real soon.
Appreciate it, Ty. Have a good one.
Thank you to Ty Bartell for doing that interview. And Anthony Cavetta is a kid that's easy to get behind. It's easy to root for because, dude, he's electric. He is magical with the basketball in his hands. What he's been able to do this year, some of the highlights, some of the high watermark games, if you will, that he's been able to do point-wise.
The 3 he hit to win the game on Tuesday. I mean, if you haven't seen it, go to our social networks and watch the clip. But his step back is so nasty. His defender slides on his butt from like the wing all the way to the block because it just put him on skates. It was nasty. And he just drilled that to do that with the game on the line. I mean, it was a tie game, so if he misses, he's going to overtime. But to do that with the game on the line, just cold-blooded, as Sam Torres put in the headline for the article about that game. Cold-blooded shot.
We know where that stems from. The general, Andrew Tiberius Hake. Unbelievable. Great interview, Anthony Cavetta. You can watch it on ysnlive.com. If you missed anything, you can go back and watch it as many times as you'd like. Also on YouTube. So if you're looking for shortcuts, you don't want to support local business, fine. You just go to YouTube. That's big business. Anthony, we didn't get to talk about because we were just fussing about these movies in the first part of the show. Didn't get to talk about that South Range win last night.
Yeah.
Some big stuff happening.
The defense of the Raiders last night was just unbelievable. I mean, Crestwood came in averaging 63 points per game. Their lowest halftime score this year was 25, and South Range held them to 16 at half, and eventually held them to, I think, 43 total. 68-43, I believe, was the final score. 69-43, somewhere around there. And then Luke Rowan, man, 35 points, 5 threes, 1,000 career points. He only needed 4 coming into that night, so we kind of all knew he was going to get that, but he got that in way more. with 35 points. Like I said, 5 3-pointers.
Season high, right? 35.
See, yeah, I think it's a season high for him. Picked a great night to do it the last night in the Thriller Dome for him. And the Raiders are moving on to Cleveland Heights on Saturday. They will play Norwayne, who took out Pymatunning Valley in the semifinals last night. So it'll be 4 versus 5. 4 seed Norwayne, 5 seed South Range in the Heights Saturday at 7 o'clock.
And Poland, who also advances, will play. You said 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, the same place. I think Poland's lined up to be the game right before South Range.
Congratulations, Bulldogs, on advancing against Chippewa.
Yeah, the final score there for Poland was 55-40. Got the home win. So then we go to the district finals. It will be Saturday. South Range is going to play at 7, Poland at 4. Poland plays Lutheran East, the 1 seed in the district, who South Range played in the district championship last season. So it's the 3rd straight district title, 2 seasons ago, I should say. Last season was Mooney. 3rd straight district championship appearance for South Range. They're still trying to get their program's first ever district championship.
Lutheran East is a monster.
They're a problem.
They're a real problem. But I've got visions. I mean, South Range Poland part 6,
Part 3,
part 6 this year, or what? No, I guess it'd be they played twice in football season, so part 5. That'd be fun. Be a lot of fun. But we can't, as coaches will say, we can't look forward. We have to play who we play. And Pat Carden going to be on the show tomorrow.
12-10.
12-10. So we're excited for that. Got on a lot of trouble last time with Pat Carden. So we're gonna be friends. I'm gonna bring a list of Dateline questions that we're gonna ask Pat Carden. We're gonna keep it super serious. I might put a suit on.
Hoban also won last night. So did Louisville. JFK won big over Badger. We saw Western Reserve beat Matthews, so they're going on. 45-39. Western Reserve with the upset on the road over Matthews. And then Heartland Christian with the big win over Fairport Harding by 3, 69-66. Isaiah Matthews with a big 27 points, I believe, for Heartland Christian to lead them.
We gotta get some reserve Devils on the show and see if we can make that happen tomorrow or Monday or tomorrow because it's Thursday. Could we pull that off? Riccardi.
Classic. Riccardi, sorry. Riccardi's Ursuline.
The Cochran kid has had a good year.
Oh yeah, I saw him against Middle Ridge, and he lit up the 3-point line like crazy.
I'm blanking on his first name. I know it starts with a C. Is it Chris? No help.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm blanking. I got nothing for you, Tom. I got nothing for you, DJ.
So there, we'll work on that.
We'll get him. We're
gonna find him. We're gonna look in the old yellow pages and see if we can pull him out. No, he's had a phenomenal year. I call him CC, so I get lost in the first name. But yes, we'll see if we can scoop him up for an interview tomorrow. How about Reserve, man? What a big win for them. Big win over Matthews.
And to go on the road, Matthews is a tough gym to play in. It's real compact. The crowd gets on you in a hurry. They're loud. They're proud about their Matthews basketball team. It's really a school that prides themselves in, especially boys basketball success over the years. So to go into that environment and get a win, big time for Western Reserve. And now they have a chance to win a district championship. Their girls are in the regional semifinals tonight at Massillon Perry against Mogador. So hopefully their girls can get a win tonight too, and we can have some big Western Reserve success.
Keep talking. I'm trying to. It's bothering me that I don't know his first name.
And then also tonight at Massillon Perry, Warren JFK girls taking on Danbury from the Northwest District, so a little bit further away. I think they're from the Sandusky area. So that one will, I believe, YSN, that's sponsored, right, DJ? JFK?
It is by the Pompilia family.
Yeah, so we'll have that one for you on YSN Live from Maslin Perry High School.
You're
so
making
good
the
luck
trip
to
out
both.
there now.
I am. Good luck to both those schools tonight playing in Maslin Perry. We hope that we can get some regional finalists. And then Hoban also playing tonight in the Canton Fieldhouse against
Connor Cochran. There it is. I couldn't find it online, and it just came to me. That's a 99% sure.
See, now I'm blank. Now I'm blanking on the Hoban's opponent.
I'm
tonight.
really hoping it's Connor now. Oh, that's the worst. That's why you hate live streaming. What is it?
Hoban is playing Highland tonight.
Oh,
I'm sorry. We were both trying to figure out some different things.
Connor Cochran. I'm going with it. Final answer.
That sounds right.
If it's not, I apologize. I have the last name. It's locked in. And his grandma is the sweetest lady in the world, by the way. And just embarrassing that I forgot his first name and I'm blanking. But I'm going to go with Connor. I'm going to go with Connor Cochran. Final answer.
You are correct. Number 30, junior. Connor Cochran.
I don't have one of those unbelievable memories like you do, my friend.
Well, I messed up too. So
it's one of those things like when you become a parent, stuff you thought you remembered every day just doesn't stick anymore. Important stuff like Connor Cochran's name is not on the. See, I can't even remember a Post-it note in my head. Like this is how bad this has gotten. We have fallen off the cliff, folks.
The brain went into mush when you read the top 50 list. It just turned. It decimated the brain matter.
I am still heated. My wife's texting me about the Canadian list. Sack of subs. Yeah. All right. So without further ado, I guess that's a wrap on today's show, right? Yes.
Do you want the? Do we have to do the spark though? I don't want to leave Joe Dickey out if they need a spark.
Yeah, I was getting there. I just wanted to make sure there was no pertinent information.
You know what? That doesn't hurt to double check. Doesn't hurt to have your back a little bit.
I'm out.
Making sure.
Yeah, you had my back. I appreciate it. I'm still fired up about that stupid top 50 list, Anthony. I'm not like this is not a work. This is not a shoot. This is a I don't know how. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm completely toast. I don't know what's going on. I can't even. Where is the Joe Dickey? I'm locked out.
Let me get it.
I've got nothing, man.
Here you go. Here's the Joe Dickey Electric. What's your spark? All right, we got that. My spark today is going to go out to all the non-YSN schools that we've been able to cover in this tournament time. I email all the coaches before the game, trying to get one, a roster, and two, just some added information about their team so I can go into that game a little bit, knowledgeable and sound like I know what I'm talking about for the broadcast. And they've all just complete stranger emailing them sent us really awesome information about their team. So I want to give a shout out to Norwayne and Canton South and Danbury tonight and all the other non-YSN schools that have sent us information for our broadcast, trying to make it as good as possible for these tournament games that are sponsored. So want to thank all of them and, tip of the hat to people that are just willing to shine a light on their program, even if it's to some stranger media company that they may or may not have heard about from, all the way in Sandusky. I hope they've heard about us over in Sandusky.
Oh, they have.
They have.
My spark, first a negative spark. I don't know what just happened to my screen. I can't move anything. The mouse is fine for once. Nothing's moving up and down. The clicks aren't clicking. And when you did that spark, it just kept me on the screen the entire time, which I don't understand either. So I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties today and with my stupid brain.
I hope that Venture website didn't leak a virus into your
the Vultures.
The
Vulture website? Yeah. This is a Canadian conspiracy
They're trying
going
to
on
take
right now,
over, man.
folks. Trying to take over our YSN.
DJ's gonna come on tomorrow and start saying, "Eh."
You take that back.
He's been taken over. It's
You take that back right now, or else I'm going to deliver the Independence Day speech on all of you. We will not go quietly into the night. This is our Independence Day. That's about as much as I can get right now with my brain running on 46% efficiency. We got to doge this thing up top of my shoulders. Realistic, my spark is Luke Rowan, 1,000 points.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, I mean, there's a lot of people that have done this, right? Still a special moment. But for this young man to be able to accomplish his dreams and to do it in the way that he did it, now on the way to 2,000 points, as I would imagine he would be thinking. I'm so proud of him. He's a young man who's got a great skill set on the basketball floor, but he's got an even better skill set in his character, who he is, how he treats people. Luke Rowan, one of my favorite human beings that there is out there. I cannot wait. We're waiting for him to officially sign, and then we will have him on this show, and we will talk to Luke Rowan I guess it's technically 2-on-1, but one-on-one finally with Luke, and we're so proud of you. I can't thank you enough. I know Z's going to be cranked up when I tell him what you did last night, and thank you for everything that you do for my son, my family, and certainly the way that you carry yourself out on the floor. It's something that a lot of people should be taking note and knowing this is the way that you carry yourself, whether you're winning or losing. So Luke Rowan, appreciate you, buddy. That's my spark.
He is the fourth Raider to get 1,000 career points. Now he joins 3 guys that we covered at YSN: Chris Brooks, Landon Moore, Chris Hatch.
Chris Brooks just walked by, as a matter of fact.
Oh, there he goes. He's got a new member of the 1,000-point club at South Range.
I'm gonna ask him is he got is it a jacket? Like, do you pin him? Like, what do you do? I don't know how that works in South Range. It's different everywhere you go. Anthony Convetta literally scored 1,000 points in the last game, I'm pretty sure. So thanks to him for showing up on the show today. Appreciate you so much. Thanks for Ty Bartel for conducting that interview. Anthony, thanks to you for just being you, man, and putting up with me on days like this. Because boy, oh boy, me hanging out in Pittsburgh with Noah Doty. That's the reason I'm like I am today. That's all I'm going to put out there. So, yeah. So thank you for understanding and being patient with me today, because otherwise I'm probably in a puddle right here on this floor at Athletics. Just mush. Good show today, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow at noon.
Tomorrow at noon.
We'll do it again. We'll see you. Have a great Thursday. Safe Thursday. Tune into YSN tonight. Anthony will have the call of the JFK Girls, brought to you by the Pompilia family, and we will talk about it tomorrow right here on YSN, where Pat Carden will join us at 12:10. Bye-bye. YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.